Hello. I had to start off hiding. I'm shy. I feel like I'm back in college giving a presentation again. I haven't done one of these in, I don't know, 4 years? 3 years? Hopefully I'm a little more prepared than when I would just wing it back then, but we'll see. Okay. So, welcome to my debut. As my nice slide here that I prepared says, I have a nice picture of myself. You got double Leo. Very lucky. Hopefully the audio is fine. Like the song in the background isn't too loud. If it is, let me know and I can turn it down. I'll turn it down a little bit just in case anyway. Hello, Josh. Yeah, I'm ready to party. Finally have this weight off my shoulders that I've been working on for 3.5 months or so now, just constantly in the background. Okay, let's just go to the first slide. Emusale, thank you for letting me know. All right, another picture of me. I look a little surprised in this one. About me. My name, I already said it, Leo Lovelace. It's plastered all over the screen here. Got it in the slide. You got my logo on the bottom. Got my Twitter handle on the bottom. Really banging it into your head, so try not to forget. I'm a computer scientist from the future. Specifically, I came here from the year 2084. Why 2084? Well, it's a repeat of 1984, if you're familiar with that. Very bad things are happening in the VTuber industry in 2084. And I'm a fan of VTubers, obviously, as I am a VTuber. So, I uploaded myself into a VTuber, sent myself back in time, and here I am, trying to prevent the apocalypse that befalls VTubers in 61 years, if I did my mental math right. I'm 26 years old, closer to 30 than 20, basically a grandpa, not happy about it. Might have had an existential crisis or two on my 26th birthday. And I'm actually closer to 27 than I am to 26 now. So, even more of a grandpa. My height, since a lot of people seem to like to know this about VTubers. Not tall enough. My parents are great. The height did not go in my favor. You win some, you lose some. I lost that one. You don't look a day over 25. I appreciate that. It's good to know that I'm still basically in the middle then, of 20 and 30. My vision. Terrible. Absolutely awful. I'm wearing glasses, as you can see. I have astigmatism. Great. I don't know if you've seen those pictures comparing people who have astigmatism looking at lights when they drive compared to people who don't have astigmatism. I didn't realize that's not how people, like, just don't Let me rephrase that. I didn't realize that's how normal people see. I thought everybody saw it the way that I saw it, which is astigmatism, which is the crazy lights going all over the place. It's not. Makes driving at night a little annoying. So, you know, not great. I have like -5, -7 prescription. Obviously also awful. Free laser show, that's true. Spice tolerance, not high enough. I really like spicy food. I die almost every time I eat them. Much to the amusement of my college roommates, considering I had Taco Bell for to celebrate things, to lament my woes after failing exams, just because I was hungry. Constantly had Taco Bell, suffered probably 75% of the time. Worth it, but I wish I could handle spice more. I wish I could. Favorite colors. Number 1 favorite is blue. It's my eye color. Whoa, crazy. Also have some blue on my jacket here. Orange was actually my initial favorite color when I was a kid. I don't know why I picked orange. I was like 4 years old, and I just decided orange is my favorite color. And that stuck with me until I was about 18 or 19, and then I decided I actually liked blue more. But orange is pretty underrated. I feel like not enough people like it. Red. I really like red in character designs. As you can tell, I have a lot of red on mine. Red tie, red on my jacket, red streak in my hair. May or may not be biased towards characters who are red when I'm picking favorites. And black. I wear a lot of black. You wouldn't know based on how I look here, but behind the screen, lots of black. Pumpkins are nice, yeah. Good color. I'm still bitter about the time that a squirrel just destroyed a pumpkin that I carved when I was a kid. I don't think I've carved a pumpkin since then, and that was probably 15, 16 years ago. Favorite number, 4. Once again, could not tell you why I picked it. Just decided one day that 4 was my favorite number when I was a kid. And that's just how it goes. Apparently 4 is actually a really unlucky number in, I don't know if it's Asian culture in general, but definitely in Japan. Somebody was telling me that like in elevators, when you're going up it, they skip floor 4 because floor is associated with death or something. I don't. Go figure. That's what I would end up picking. That's my favorite number, death. But yeah, they just straight up skip floor 4. Oh, we'll go 3, 5. And nobody likes the number 4. I do. Alright, that's some, yes, basics about me. Things I like. Another nice picture of me here. Like how I made a bunch of different poses for you. I like collecting things. I collect a lot of different things. Pokemon cards, the biggest thing that I collect. I have a lot, and I will continue to get more. Very fun, very addicting. Just always a good time. I also collect art. I really like going to conventions and buying art from all of the dealers there in the Artist's Alley. I collect manga and light novels. I need to downsize that. I have too many. I collect certain video games. I like Pokemon games. I have a lot of them. What type of art? Mostly art of characters from anime and games I like. Generally not anything too sus. I put them all in a portfolio that I have at home, so probably wouldn't go over well if somebody were to open the portfolio and flip through and then, you know, giant thing that should be censored but isn't just there. So I keep it pretty normal. Yeah. Yep, that's an accurate reaction. I also collect figures. That was another thing that I used to have many dozens of them. I did a big downsize. Now I just have a couple dozen, but I do still like collecting them. Have a couple pre-ordered right now. I don't know why I just said right now. I'm not a cat, but right now. I have a nice Marine from my Dress Up Darling pre-ordered. A couple quintessential quintuplets ones. But I'm a lot pickier with what I order nowadays. Gacha, yeah, I guess gacha is collecting, in a sense, because you're collecting the characters and the cards in the game. That explains a lot. And gacha is the second thing here, yeah. I like it a little bit too much. Went a little bit overboard the past couple years. I had to restrain myself going forwards. I play a lot of different gacha games, though. YuGiOh Fate Grand Order. It's my main one. One of my friends who... Well, my friend who actually got me into Fate was telling me he feels kind of bad that he got me into it because of how much time and money I end up spending on it. Again, not so much now compared to how I was like 2 years ago, but there was some regret there on his end. I also play Azure Lane. I don't know if it's Azure Lane or Azure Lane. Either way, I like that one a lot. Bang Dream, D4DJ, Pokemon Masters. Lots of different stuff, yeah. I like to make spreadsheets. That sounds incredibly lame and boring, but I'm a scientist, right? I like numbers. I like charts. I like data. So to me, I just like pumping out spreadsheets for whatever random thing I have on my mind. I have a massive, massive anime spreadsheet. Where I rate like the story, the art, the soundtrack, the characters, my enjoyment. Then I have calculations that like calculate a weighted ranking based on each of those. And then those numbers get fed into a chart that like displays by year and by source type. And it's pretty in-depth. I track like all my Pokemon collecting with spreadsheets. I have spreadsheets to keep track of like release dates for games and figures and stuff that I like. There's just a ton of stuff that I do with spreadsheets. I should have been an accountant, not a scientist, but here I am. I also like to rank things, kind of in the same vein as spreadsheets, I guess. Like tier lists. I spend a lot of time doing tier lists. I really like coming up with top 25 lists. I have top 25s for like favorite video games, anime, manga, albums. I have a top 100 songs list, like a top 25 characters, character by gender, just top 25 songs for specific bands, not even in general. Like, I just constantly pump out these top 25 lists. Corgis. I really like corgis. They are very cute. I would never own one. I used to say that I wanted one, but I had a change of heart. I end up following, I think I follow a couple hundred on Instagram right now, and they're just so loud and they have so much energy, and I'm not loud and I have no energy. So we would kind of be awful matches. So I'll admire from afar. Just, corgis will stick to my Instagram. One of my neighbors has a corgi. It's always nice running into him. Top corgi channel to follow, Maple and Morty. Maple and Morty have the funniest videos, for sure. Two siblings. Maple and Morty are the names. And Maple has a lot of attitude, and Morty cries about everything. So it's just very funny seeing their daily lives and all of the things they complain about and get upset about. They have very, very vocal personalities. Concerts. I really like going to concerts. I think I've been to close to 100, probably around like 85-ish or so. I've seen like 175 different bands. I don't like having tinnitus. Didn't use ear protection for many dozens of those concerts. But going to the concert before I go deaf is pretty fun. Have I ever seen a corgi eating mac and cheese while making spreadsheets? I can't say I have. That's a very novel idea. I'll have to message Maple and Morty, see if they can make a custom video doing that. Rhythm games. Same vein as concerts. Oftentimes, I'm told I need to get good at games. I don't necessarily disagree. But rhythm games are the one type of game that I'm actually kind of cracked at. I'm not as cracked as I used to be, because now I have carpal tunnel or something. Whatever the hell's going on with my hand made it, I don't know if I can beat through the fire and flames on expert like I used to be able to. I'd like to try again. We'll see. Maybe a stream in the future. Top 10 concerts I've never been to. I mean, there's a lot of bands I haven't seen that would be cool just to check off a bucket list. Mostly I guess the more classic bands. Modern bands tour a lot. I think there was actually a tour that was coming to my state like next week or something, and I completely forgot about it. Now that I think about it, I need to look into that. Fantasy baseball, yeah. Yep. I was thinking about adding that to my list actually, but since I already have like 9 things here, I didn't want to spend too long. But yes, I very much like fantasy baseball. I get really into it every year. I can't win. My team always fucking just falls apart in the playoffs. I cannot, for the life of me, figure out how to get a team that does not lose in the playoffs. I'll go like 18-3 in the regular season, and then I get decimated in the first round of the playoffs. I cannot wrap my head around it. But aside from losing in the playoffs, it's a lot of fun. I think about a month from now, I'll have to start reevaluating the rules in the league I run. RIP hands, yes. RIP hands indeed. I also have super dry hands in winter, which is really annoying. Just, I have to lotion them up constantly or else they hurt quite a bit. Mac and cheese. Probably my favorite meal since I was a kid. Kraft mac and cheese is much better than Annie's mac and cheese. I will fight over that. I don't like confrontation or arguing, but I will argue with you if you tell me that something is better than Kraft mac and cheese. Actually, when I started working at my full-time job, we had a like a professional development program. And as part of the program, we had to take a public speaking course where you just like practice giving short speeches in front of a small group. And part of it was being able to speak on the fly. So you had to pick up random cards around the room, and whatever random card you picked, you had to give a speech on that. And I picked up a card that was a recipe that you really like. And I don't really cook unless you count like putting things in the microwave. So I did my speech on Kraft mac and cheese. And I don't mean to brag, but I'm pretty sure that was the best speech of the day. Are you related to Linda Lovelace? I'm not sure who Linda Lovelace is, but I'm told that my name, if I go back, Leo Lovelace here, is actually a reference to two different scientists. Leonardo da Vinci, well, I guess he's kind of an artist and a scientist, but that's where the Leo comes from. And Ada Lovelace is where the Lovelace comes from. I do not follow the recipe on the box. You have to change it a little bit for your personal tastes. I kind of eyeball everything. I can just tell when I've put enough in, based on the 300 times I've made it in the past couple years. I buy the boxes in bulk from Costco. I always have a lot just sitting around ready for me. But if you follow the directions on the box, you end up putting way too much butter in. And I feel like you probably do too much milk. You should just add a bit at a time until it's fully absorbed and you can just kind of tell. But I also add more stuff to the mac and cheese in addition. Like I put some crushed red pepper in there. I put some breadcrumbs in there to give it a little bit more of a flavor and a crunch. Like, it's not just the straight up Kraft mac and cheese. Like, it's my take on it. Speaking of crushed red pepper, spicy food, another thing I like. I know I mentioned it earlier, I do not have very much in the way of spice tolerance, but despite that, I still quite like spicy food. Buffalo wings, always great. Crushed red pepper I like to add to my mac and cheese. I like to put it on grilled cheese. I like to put it in my eggs when I do like scrambled eggs. You know, throw a dash of crushed red pepper in like a bowl of pasta, also good. What is your favorite part of Ohm's Law? My favorite part is that as a computer scientist, I don't have to do anything with Ohm's Law. I was originally a computer engineering major, and sophomore year of college, one of our courses had some electrical engineering in it, and I decided I didn't want to be a computer engineering major anymore because they have to do electrical engineering stuff. So I became a computer scientist. I think Ohm's Law is electrical related, right? That's not like a physics thing? Now I'm tripping myself up. Favorite ramen? I'm blanking on the brand name. Maruchan or something? They have a spicy one that's pretty good. I went way overboard with the ramen in college because it was like 25 cents a cup or whatever. And I think I ate it every day for a month straight. And I have not eaten an instant ramen since then. Like, it makes me feel ill just thinking about eating instant ramen at that point. I did go to a ramen place in New York a few months ago. That was pretty good. Also a spicy ramen. A lot of other things I like, but you know, I don't want to spend too much time. Let's talk about things I don't like. Got another nice picture of myself here looking angry. Show how much I dislike these. Limited time menu items. Why is that even a thing? The biggest culprits? Taco Bell and Doritos. Every time I find a new thing I like at Taco Bell, they take it away from me. I don't know why. I lived on Taco Bell in college. I don't even know if they'd be in business without me. And yet, they took away the grilled stuffed nacho in 2015. And it has never come back. 8 years I've been waiting for that. Nacho fries? That has to be like one of the easiest things they could make. Why do they take it away every year? They bring it back for like 1 month. It's this whole big stink. Oh, you know, nacho fries are back. Come get. Great. Why are you taking it away again? And Doritos. Like, I like spicy chips a lot. And every time Doritos comes out with a new spicy chip flavor that I like, they just take it away. Like, it's never a permanent flavor. I get it. Like, from a business perspective, they want to keep trying new things and see what sticks. But it's always the things I like that don't stick. It's BS. You should run an experiment to see what % of the molecules in your body are from Taco Bell. That would be interesting. Could probably come up with some kind of experiment for that. I did add up all of the calories in my meal one time when I was done because I finished eating and then I felt like death. Trust me, don't ever do it because it will make you not want to eat Taco Bell anymore. It's over 2,000 calories that I ate in like 15 minutes. No wonder I felt like death. Like, how does your body even digest that? Sudden loud noises. I have never liked sudden loud noises. Remember the fiery tacos? I do. The fiery tacos, that's another thing they took away. Fiery Dorito tacos. That's a mix of the two things. The two culprits who always screw me over, Taco Bell and Doritos. It was the fiery Dorito taco at Taco Bell, and they took it away. They're in collusion just to make me angry. Yeah, sudden loud noises. When I was a kid, if it thundered, I would get a stomachache and curl up into a ball and hide. I can deal with thunderstorms now, but I still feel a little antsy. Fire alarms? Hate it. I went to a really good college, okay? Lots of smart people there. People in my dorm would set the fire alarm off for the stupidest reasons. One time, they put magazines in the microwave. I don't know if they were curious about what would happen, but think about it for a second. I'd be in bed taking a nap, and I'm woken up by the fire alarm blaring 2 feet from my head, because it was bunked, so I was right next to the fire alarm. My roommate would then just set me off by randomly playing fire alarm sounds. Just sitting there doing my homework, sitting watching some anime, playing a game, laying in bed. Oh, let's play a fire alarm sound just to get a reaction. I'll never forgive him. Never. Suddenly hearing the Taco Bell bell, that actually is a jump scare. Because the mobile app, when you place the order, it plays the bell sound really loud. And I have it hooked up to like my car stereo because I'm listening to music when I place my order. And then the bell plays and it mutes the music just to play the bell. Like, Taco Bell, what is your problem? Yeah, they are keeping me on my toes. It is a jump scare. It's just default iPhone alarm. Yep, that's another one. I refuse to use alarms because of it. If I do, I have to use they have like a nicer alarm that like gradually gets louder, so you just have to turn it off before it actually gets too obnoxious. But default iPhone alarm is definitely another one that sets me off. I don't know if I like genuinely have a little bit of PTSD from how many times that damn fire alarm would go off in college, but I do not like sudden loud noises. Gotcha. I know I said I like it. I also hate it. If I had to name off the top of my head, like the top 5 angriest moments of my life, they're probably all gacha. Just not getting who I want after spending months saving the in-game currency is like, why am I even playing this? You can't give me the one thing I want? So hence why I said earlier, I had to scale it back a little bit. I got too angry at it. Heartburn. It's funny how these all relate to things I like. Spicy food gives me heartburn. And waking up at 3 a.m. not able to sleep because you have stomach acid traveling up your throat. Not exactly a fun feeling. But you make do. Is it worth the heartburn to enjoy the spicy food? For me, usually it is. I might hate myself a little bit, but tastes good enough to make it worth it. The ocean. I don't mind looking at the ocean. I don't like being in the ocean. I don't like how it smells. I don't like how salt water tastes. I don't like when you can't see the ground. I don't like not being able to see land all around you. Like, if I'm in a plane and I'm flying over the ocean, I don't want to look out the window. So then I start thinking I'm going to crash into the middle of the ocean and drown. Why are you drinking the ocean? It's impossible to swim without accidentally getting some of the water in your mouth at some point. Spiders, yep, I hate spiders. Had plenty of those in college, just infestations. Don't like cockroaches either. Didn't put that on the list, but I won't forget being in a stall in the bathroom and then suddenly a cockroach crawls into my stall. I've never left so fast. I don't know, I don't drink it when I swim. You must be built different. I wish I could say the same. Fishing is ocean gacha. I guess it is, yeah. Fishing is gacha in the ocean. Which fish are you gonna get? How big is it gonna be? How long is it gonna be? Or are you gonna find a boot instead of a fish? Needing to work to live? Pretty self-explanatory. It's kind of bullshit that your daily routine is like an hour getting ready in the morning, and then you drive to work, and then you're at work for 8 hours, and then you drive home and you have to get changed again and have dinner, you know. Too much of your day is spent needing to work just to sustain the basic essentials of life. Just waiting for the day I win the lottery. Quit faster than anybody has ever quit a job in their life. Veluza. That probably doesn't mean a whole lot unless you've played Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but that is the most singular annoying Pokemon. It's related to the ocean now that I think about it. It's a fish. You go into the ocean in Pokemon, and this piece of shit just attacks you as soon as it sees you. Doesn't matter what you're doing, it will come after you. Motion sickness, yep, I don't like that. I have to be sitting in the front seat of a car, or else, like, if I'm in the back seat, I get motion sick. Even if I'm in the front, if I'm like on my phone or something, still get motion sick. Medical drama TV shows. My mom loves medical drama TV shows because of the human stories, I believe she says. But, you know, when I come by, every time I see that screen, a routine procedure is going horribly wrong. You know, this guy came in to, like, I don't know. It's like you go to the dentist and you have a small cavity that needs to get filled. And when they're drilling the cavity, their hand slips and the drill goes through your gum. Like in one side, out the other side. And then he panics when he accidentally sticks the drill through your gum and his hand slips. So he slaps you, you know, when he's moving his hand away. And the slap makes the drill like yank up, and then it tears your like whole gum open, and that dislodges the tooth they were working on, so the tooth falls out. And then that just falls directly down your throat, so you start choking. And then since you're choking, you end up throwing up onto the dent. Like, everything goes wrong that could feasibly go wrong in these shows. So now, I just can't be there because I've convinced myself that if I have to go to a doctor, the worst thing is going to happen. And the shows just feed it. I think usually it ends up working out, but I don't like that it always goes wrong before it works out. Why can't it ever just go according to plan? Never. I guess that wouldn't be an interesting TV show. You're anti-capitalism. I'm not anti-capitalism when I sell like a card for 5 times the price I got it for. I'm anti needing to spend 8 hours a day at work. I mean, I wouldn't even mind. I feel like I would prefer 4 10-hour days to 5 8-hour days. Just to have a 3-day weekend all the time. Plus, if it's a 10-hour day, I skip the traffic coming home. The customer is always right. No, you're not. I worked part-time at Target. You're not right. You're never right. You're dumb. The amount of times it's like, oh, do you have this really popular children's toy? Well, no, ma'am. It's December 23rd at 8 p.m. We sold out of that a week ago. Everybody wants it. Well, can you just check the back and see? I work in this department and I can tell you we have not had this for a week. But if you want me to check the back, I can go and pretend to check because I know it's not there. Maybe I even will check. And then, oh, sorry, you know, I checked the back, it's not there. Ah, well, can you call another store and see if they have it? No store has it. It's the most popular toy. And it sold out 2 days before Christmas. Think for a sec. Maybe you shouldn't have waited until a day and a half before Christmas to go shopping. The customer is almost never right. I hope your boss doesn't follow Leo Lovelace. Yeah, I mean, I like my boss. I like my team. I generally like the work I do. I just don't like needing to work as much as the standard is. All right. Spent a lot of time talking about things I don't like. Talk about some of my favorite things. Back to a good Good stuff. These are my top 10 anime at the moment. It is not updated for 2022 anime, so just stuff before then. Got Clannad, Gurren Lagann, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Steins Gate, Place Further Than the Universe, Attack on Titan, K-On!, Violet Evergarden, Vinland Saga, and Fruits Basket. I think looking at it, it's like either stuff that has a good story. There's three things here, I guess. Stuff that has a good story and is fun to watch. Stuff that just got me in my feels. And K-On! Well, K-On! Is fun to watch, so that falls in the first one. It's not like a story thing, but it's just fun. Taste, thank you. I think there'll probably be 2 to 3 new things that are going to be in here after 2022. So the next time I update it, I don't know how I'm going to take some of these out. Vinland Saga has a second season airing right now. Fruits Basket has a movie I still haven't watched. Attack on Titan has the final season, Part 3, Part 1, coming up. By the end of the year, I mean, Part 2 will probably get split up again. Attack on Titan, Part 3, Part 2, the final part, Episode 7, Part 8, Chapter 4, Verse 1. I watch a lot of anime, though. I think I'm over 350 completed. I mean, a lot of those are sequels, but still a lot. Favorite manga? Got, I Sold My Life for 3,000 yen. Oh, no, 10,000 yen per year. I don't, or 3,000 yen per year? Now I'm blanking on which one it is. Not a lot, though. It's 1,000 yen is like $10. US dollars. My Monster Secret. Grand Blue. Wodokoi, The Dangers in My Heart, Kaguya-sama Quintuplets, Bloom Into You, Akutsu-san, and My Awkward Senpai. What's the common theme here? They're all rom-coms. I don't know why, because if you look at my favorite anime, the only romance... No, Clannad and Fruits Basket are both romance. But then with manga, it's like 9 out of 10 are romance. And then Grand Blue, which is just a comedy. So, not sure why. I just evidently really like rom-com manga. I guess because there's so many of them that there's just a lot of options, but... The Dangers in My Heart, actually, the one at the top right, that has an anime coming out in April. So, would highly recommend it. Favorite games? I had a lot more than what's here, but I didn't want to go too overboard, so I had to cut it at, what is this, like 16? Bloom Into You, yeah. Still, no season 2. I still haven't watched season 1. I've read the whole manga. If they made a second season, I think I would watch it all, because the second half of the manga is where the really good stuff is. Yeah, Minecraft. Stereotypical VTuber game for collabs or whatever. That's just... It's been my favorite game since I was like 12 or 13, or no, 13 or 14. Just good to, you know, very relaxing, a good game to chill with your friends. Fallout, really like the Bethesda RPGs in general. I mean, same thing with Skyrim. Just A lot of fun. Starfield comes out this year. That should be really good. Super Mario Odyssey. I never finished Galaxy. I should at some point, but Odyssey is really, really, really good. Last of Us Part 2. I know it was kind of contentious online. So you're terminally online people who like to make a stink out of everything, but that was just fantastic from start to end. Got some rhythm games here. Guitar Hero, DJ Max, Beat Saber. I mentioned earlier, but I just really, really like rhythm games in general. All three of those are games that I would like to stream at some point. I don't know logistically how VR Beat Saber would work, but I'd like to try doing like the entire Guitar Hero 3 campaign on Expert. Like, can I do the whole thing in one sitting? DJ Max is just a good one to relax to. I got every achievement, actually, in DJ Max and Beat Saber. It's like 0.2% of people did that or something. Felt pretty good. Danganronpa. I like those visual novel-esque games that aren't exactly visual novels, but they have a lot of similarities. So like Danganronpa, 13 Sentinels, AI, the Somnium Files. I like actual visual novels too. Like, see if I can... I'm slightly blocking it, but I have Fate Grand Order behind me. That's basically a visual novel. I mean, it has combat, but like the whole story is visual novel. I played the Steins Gate visual novel. That was good. Metal Gear Solid 4. That's the only Metal Gear Solid game I played, so probably would have been better if I'd actually known the whole story and everything. But, you know, I still liked it a lot. The end made me really sad, even though I wasn't super attached to... I mean, not super attached. I didn't know all of the characters as well as I would have if I had played all the games. But... Mass Effect, another great series. I still haven't played the like spin-off one that they released, but Mass Effect 2 and 3, both top tier games. Ghost of Tsushima, another one, Sony exclusive. I very much enjoyed. I was kind of surprised. I didn't even really have it on my radar at first, but then I heard a lot of good things, picked it up, and like just probably the best art direction I've ever seen in a game. Like the way that the visuals just like completely match the vibe of each of the different areas and all of the different color usage. Very, very good. Batman Arkham Asylum, first game I got for my PS3 back in like 2009, 13th birthday. Good stuff. Pokemon in general, I really like, but I would say the new gen, Scarlet Violet, is my favorite one. Like, it's finally the open world game that I've wanted as a Pokemon fan. Just fully explore, do whatever you want. Like, yeah, there's some frame drops in cities, and when you do the raids online, they're kind of laggy, which is a little annoying. But aside from that, like, definitely the best gameplay-wise out of all the Pokemon games, I think. The Gen 3 remakes and Emerald, also very good. Okay. What else do we want my favorites for? Favorite music. Just picked 16 albums and bands that I like a lot. It's very metalcore. I was a Warped Tour kid. I still like all the Warped Tour stuff. Pop punk, metalcore. Mostly metalcore. But I like some other things too. I have All American Rejects, 30 Seconds to Mars on here. They're more rock and pop punk, or alternative. Bottom left is Midas. That's the DJ, EDM. He's my favorite of the DJs. I also like Seven Lions a lot. Excision. Sullivan King is good. Axwell and Grosso. But yeah, music taste, mostly pretty metalcore. Actually, now that I'm looking at the list, I think I've seen every band that has an album here except for Confide, because they broke up. speaking of that top 10 concerts you've never been to list earlier, Confide and Midas, the bottom left and the middle left. Confide broke up and Midas just never plays near me. Every time he goes on tour. What was your first metal concert? Avenged Sevenfold in 2011. I believe Stone Sour opened for them on that one. And then I saw them again later that year, and Bullet for My Valentine was on it. Yeah, Avenged Sevenfold is... Their newer stuff is, like, very technical. Very... Like, a lot of the 8 to 10 minute long songs, which I'm like, I prefer 4 minutes. I get kind of bored when the song is that long. But they're really, really, really good live. Like, if they might even be better than the recordings, which is, like, how does that happen? The recording is supposed to be the best of the best for the takes and everything, but all of them are just phenomenal musicians. First concert in general was U2 in 2009. But first metal was Avenged Sevenfold. Still like them. I think they said they have a new stuff coming out this year, so have to see how that is. And since I'm a VTuber, some of my favorite VTubers. Got a lot of mix of different agencies and some indies, and don't know how many you may recognize, but who have I seen the most? It was Avenged Sevenfold for a long time. I think now it's The Word Alive, another metalcore band. They're not as heavy as they used to be. Like, I'd still call them metalcore, but they probably err more on the side of hard rock nowadays. I think I've seen them like 12 or 11 times, and Avenged Sevenfold is like 10. Yeah, so favorite VTubers. We have Gavis Bettel in the top left. He like just debuted as part of the new Hollow Stars English Mail Wave. That guy is hilarious. Like, every single stream he does, the things he says or the way he reacts to things, it's so funny. Would definitely recommend checking his stuff out. Axel, also Hollow Stars English. Miko, Toa, Flare, all from HoloLive JP. Purin from formerly Sundaria, they just dissolved, so all their VTubers are indie now. Pomu Rosami, Petra Millie, all from Ninja Sanji. Got Sheena and Rie from FaZe, and then Rita from Prism, Aletta from Kawaii, Obake Pam. She's actually the CEO of PlayAsia, but she has some pretty good streams. And then the one next to her is another Japanese one, Kotonoha, I think is her name. She has nice relaxing ones. If you could hang out with one VTuber, who would it be? Probably one of the guys in the top left, either Gavis or Axel. They both just seem like they'd be a lot of fun to hang out with, play some games. Like, I don't know, anytime I watch clips or streams of them, they always make me laugh. Like, they're very funny. All right. I think that was the last thing that I had for favorites. Content, types of stuff I will be streaming. Exciting. Games, obviously. VTuber's bread and butter. The visual novel type games, like I said, with the Danganronpa style, Somnium Files, actual visual novels. I like those types of games, so I'll definitely play those. Rhythm games, DJ Max, Guitar Hero, some of the VR ones if I can get that set up. YuGiOh Master Duel. Been pretty into that since early last year. I think they just had their first anniversary. I hadn't played Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time, but I got back into it quite a bit after that game came out. Not as much as some of my friends, but still enjoyed it a lot. Would like to get better. RPG and JRPG games. Starfield, when that comes out, I definitely want to play that. I have a lot of JRPGs on my list that I still haven't gotten around to, like the Atelier series, Tales series. I've never played a Final Fantasy game. I'd like to play Final Fantasy 16 when that comes out. That looks pretty good. I just played Persona 5, which was my first Persona game like a year and a half ago. That was pretty good. Single player story games in general. So like if Sony comes out with the big new exclusives, I really like their single player stuff, like Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima. Returnal was fun. I didn't beat that. I wasn't good enough. But I really like the stuff they put out. VR games, again, if I can figure out the logistics. The PlayStation VR 2 comes out in like a week and a half, I think. 10 or 11 days. So if I can get that figured out, like I wouldn't be able to see chat is the problem. But I could still show the game, so I'm not sure exactly how it would work. But if I can do it, I would. Lego building, that would be a cool stream idea. For like a hand thing. I haven't built a Lego in a while. I was actually just saying a couple weeks ago that I wanted to. Reaction videos, possibly. I do like when award shows come out, like anime awards, game awards. I do like going through and reacting to the winners and the nominees and stuff like that. So I might. Gacha stuff, that's one of my bread and butter. Doing the roles, playing the story. I mean, the story part really just applies to FGO. I want to say the 6th chapter, Lost Belt 6 will come out in like June, and I will definitely stream that. And I just, roles are always fun. I might do those pre-recorded though, like I mentioned on the right, rather than live, we'll see. Making tier lists, like I said, I do like doing that a lot. So ranking all of the FGO servants, for example, that's on my agenda. There's like 300 of them, so it will take forever, but I'd like to do it. Opening Pokemon cards. Pretty much only open stuff when the new sets come out, because I'm really into, like I said, collecting those, and there's always cards I want from each set. I mostly collect the alternate arts and the full art trainer stuff, so every set has those, so there's always some I want. Anime awards. I will elaborate on that later, but I will have an award show of my own. Pre-recorded stuff. I like to record videos, just like short bite-sized things, like 5-6 minutes, or 4 to 6 minutes, talking about seasonal anime that I like, or would recommend, that type of stuff. Gacha rolls, like I mentioned. Shorts, clips, and compilations. Shorts, probably, more of like meme stuff like you would see on TikTok. Some clips. Compilations of, once I've done a lot of gacha stuff, I can throw all that together. But for pre-recorded, it's going to be more like talking about some anime stuff I like. Goals. What I want to do. I definitely want to be consistent. That's something I've had trouble with in the past, but I put a lot of effort into putting all of this together, so I definitely want to be consistent. I'm targeting 3 streams a week on average. Sunday and Thursday are going to be 2 of my main days, and then Tuesday and Saturday would probably be the next likely ones. Just depends on the actual day and what I have going on and all that. And then I would also like to upload a couple shorts each week. And not as often with like the pre-recorded anime videos, but a few of those each season. Trying new things and types of content. So this is not my first foray into YouTube and creating content. It is my first time streaming. And it's a whole new type of thing for me. So would definitely like to try new types of things to see, you know, what I like, what sticks. And games are definitely going to be one of those, because in the past it was really anime and gacha were like my two main things, and my gacha stuff actually did pretty well. Some of the anime ones did too, but definitely would like to branch out a bit more and try some new stuff. Reaching 1,000 subscribers. Self-explanatory. I think 1,000 subscribers is always the completely lost my train of thought there. 1,000 subscribers is always like the big milestone that everybody likes to hit. I got kind of close. I think my previous channel that I put time in was like close to 750. So would like to surpass that. If I could hit 1,000, that would be awesome. Be in a collab. I'm not the most social person. Anybody who knows me can tell you I'm not, you know, pretty introverted. But I think it would be nice if I could meet some new people, do some game collabs or other collabs or whatever. Like, it's always just fun seeing different dynamics and whatnot, so it would be nice to try at some point. And have fun. Self-explanatory again. You know, content creation for me is just kind of like a fun creative outlet and a way to spend some time just not sitting around doing nothing. Like, I really enjoy the creative process of coming up with ideas and putting the content out and seeing people enjoy it. Like, I always like seeing comments that, you know, oh, you know, this was a good review, I'm gonna try this anime now, or they comment later like, oh, I ended up watching it because of your recommendation and I really liked it. Like, that type of stuff feels good. So definitely just want to have fun with it. Have some credits here. My model you see here was created by Mofu Art, the top picture there. They actually just opened their commissions again, so if you were looking to get your own VTuber model and you like the style that I have, they are open. The rig is by Shiro. They work with Mofu. So usually if you order from Mofu, like, the rig and the model are packaged together. But all the movement, the mouth movement, the eye movements, all that's the rigging. So thank you both very much. My logo, which you can see in the bottom left of my overlay and also just on the main screen here. They're different versions, but they're still both my logo. Was by Megumin Mei. Also have her picture here. Any sports games, I would be up to do like MLB The Show. I always like doing fantasy drafts. I'm not sure when the new one comes out. I know they announced the cover athlete, but I would definitely be open to doing The Show. That's really the only sports game I play, though. Unless you count like Mario Tennis. I'm so mad they didn't announce Mario Baseball at the Nintendo Direct the other day. Like, every year they do a sports game, and they did tennis, they did soccer, they did golf, but they still haven't done baseball. The last baseball game came out in like 2007 or something like that. Like, hello? Isn't that America's pastime? You have a big audience. I mean, I know they're, you know, not in a Western-based company, but still. I need something that isn't Mario Super Sluggers on the Wii. Model showcase. All right, let me show you a little bit more. So here is more of a view of my guy, Leo Lovelace. You can see moving around. I got a nice jacket on with red and blue. I really like just a red and blue mix of colors, which again, you can probably tell between the jacket. I have blue eyes, red hair. I based the design kind of off of Okabe from Steins Gate. He's my #1 protagonist in anime. So, the whole science focused in the lab coat. Well, I guess it's a mix of Okabe and Senku from Dr. Stone with the lab coat design and whatnot. But the tie that I have is actually a reference to Kurisu from Steins Gate. She has the red tie that she wears like that. And then you can see under my jacket how the shirt pocket has that line on it. Kurisu's shirt also does the line like that. So some aspects of the design are definitely nods to the cast of Steins Gate because they're one of my favorite casts, one of my favorite anime. But with the model, I can turn, I have a lot of toggles and expressions. So this is my basic, but I can be happy. If I actually get what I want in a gacha, I might look like this. Mad? Be angry? Let me actually zoom in here. All right. So I can be mad. I was thinking maybe I would do like Elden Ring or something because I suck at that game. But I've been told how I get mad at games and whatnot is kind of funny. So maybe I'll do some games, just endurance streams. How long does it take me to beat certain bosses? Or punishment streams, like, oh, every time I die, I have to have a sip of a drink. That type of stuff. I can cry. Me IRL watching the last episode of A Place Further Than the Universe. And I can be shook. Never know when you might need that. I can also like combine the expressions. So it's like shook and sad. I could do like happy and mad at the same time. Like you can get some interesting combinations, but yeah, those are the expressions. And I can change my outfit. Very exciting. Let me minimize again so I can come back. All right. So I can take my glasses off, put them back on. I can put a hat on. Got a baseball cap. Baseball is my favorite sport. I like fantasy baseball, so LL on it is for my name. Leo Lovelace. Red again, because I like red. The hat is actually also a reference to Pokemon. This is the same, like, color logic, or not color logic, like the same color scheme that Red from Pokemon uses, the main character. So, got a hat. I can take my jacket off, just have my normal shirt. You know, summer's coming up in a few months, so might need to use this more often. And I can also take my tie off if I want to be super casual. But my basic outfit is with everything on. That's the standard. Whoops. There goes my presentation. Bring myself back. All right. Been a very enjoyable chat, audience. I appreciate the interactivity. We are quickly approaching the end of what I have prepared. But we still have a little bit more. Oh, what's this? This is my end of the Nintendo Direct moment. There's just one more thing. You ready? Oh, yes. 1 week from today, Saturday, February 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will have my annual anime awards. This is actually my 5th year doing it, but it's my first time doing it as a stream. So it'll be a mix of pre-recorded stuff and live stream aspects, kind of like I had that trailer pre-recorded, all good to go, and then talking in between. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm still working on it. I still have a good amount to do, but it's coming along well. 2022 was just a really, really great year for anime in general. So it was really hard to pick nominees. It was even harder to pick winners. And I'm very happy with the variety of nominees and the variety of winners too. It's actually a more varied winners lineup than the past couple years for me, which I was expecting going into it that it would be like my favorite series, just acting like juggernauts and fighting each other for the majority of the awards, but it actually ended up being that the awards were a lot more spread out than I expected, but just goes to show how much good stuff there was. So that's my big announcement, is I'll be doing my anime awards next week. Here's my schedule for the next week. This is my first one. Tomorrow, I'll be playing YuGiOh, building some decks, and dueling. Tuesday, opening some Pokemon cards. So Crown Zenith is the newest set. Great set. It came out like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I've had boxes sitting here since the day it came out that I haven't opened. I've been waiting 3 or 4 weeks so I could open them on stream. So I'm finally able to do that, which I'm very happy about. Thursday, Needy Streamer Overload. Visual novel S game. I don't know a whole lot about it, just that it almost seems like a VTuber rite of passage in a sense. So I will definitely be playing that, going in mostly blind. So excited to see what all of the talk is about. And then, like I just announced, next Saturday, I'll be hosting my 2022 awards. That's like my big passion project every year. So very much looking forward to that. And I hope if you're interested in awards that you tune in and see how they all play out. After this week, not sure what exactly will be in store, but I'm sure it will be a lot of YuGiOh, a lot of other games, and all sorts of stuff from my content list. But for the next week, this is where you'll be able to find me. I stream on YouTube. I do have a Twitch. YouTube will be my primary platform because I like that the VODs will stay and you can comment on them, and just any pre-recorded stuff I post will also be on YouTube. So it's really just like the big hub of all stuff. You can also follow me on Twitter at Leo Lovelace VT. And that was everything that I had prepared. So thank you very much for coming to the first stream and being active in chat. Hopefully it was fun. I thought it was fun. I was pretty nervous before it started because haven't given a presentation since that mac and cheese one that I did like 3.5 years ago for work, which was kind of a joke. This was definitely not a joke. But I had a good time. So again, I appreciate you coming out to watch. The VOD should be available afterwards if you came in partway through or you're just finding out about it later. You can replay all your favorite moments of me complaining about Taco Bell and Doritos conspiring to not give me my fiery tacos anymore. Wow, a kissy face. I'll have to take that off stream. Don't want to get looted and get canceled. All right. So that's going to end the stream. I will be, like I said, on again tomorrow. If you want to catch me playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! Tell me how bad my deck list is for whatever decks I end up building. Or offer me some suggestions. Or criticize my how I constantly end up losing because I just run out of time in the duel because I'm thinking and have the time limit on the turns. Otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Thanks again for watching.